Remember all of the debates over red light cameras? People either loved them or hated them. But what's happened at those intersections since those cameras came down? Are they in fact more dangerous? News 13's Matt Grubbs has the answer in tonight's special assignment.
From a converted RV at Montgomery and Carlisle, Dennis Johns sees it all.
I see close calls, I see accidents, I see, oh man, people walking and almost getting hit.
His lunchtime barbecue spot sits at one of Albuquerque's most crash-prone intersections.
People are so fast on this street.
And since the city yanked the red light cameras there in 2011, it's gotten worse.
People run them anyway, you know.
It's on track for a 40% increase since the last full year the city had the cameras in place. Up the road at Montgomery and San Mateo, a nearly 30% jump in crashes.
Big intersections are where we see a lot of our major crashes at.
So APD Traffic Unit Commander Mike Miller says if you want to cut down on crashes, the former red light camera intersections are the obvious place to start. But since voters shut the cameras down,
the crashes that are occurring have increased slightly.
That's true overall, but that note of indecision in Miller's assessment is because crashes are down in some places too. Take the notoriously nasty Paseo and Coors intersection.
It was pretty bad yesterday. There was an accident, construction, something.
Amanda Clark drives it every day to work at a donut shop.
I don't think there's any difference. Truth. It doesn't feel any different.
But it's better, and on track to see around half as many wrecks. At another crash-prone crossing farther down Coors at Quail,
the guy was killed right here, man.
Newspaper vendor Morris Hughes recalls this crash in March.
He went up and landed on top of another car, man. And it created a death.
Despite the deadly outcome that day, crashes at Coors and Quail have steadily gone down since the red light cameras got pulled. It's a different story yet again across town at Central and Eubank and Central and Louisiana, where crashes have been on the rise since the red light cameras were taken down. The crash data at the former red light intersections doesn't answer why the numbers are up in some spots and down in others. What APD does see, though,
right behind that red car,
without question, is more drivers not paying attention. We are all in a hurry, and we're all more distracted. Red light cameras certainly won't change that. The city's now focused on high-visibility traffic enforcement and problem spots. There's no shortage of problem spots.
Just be visible, get out there.
For traffic. On a recent afternoon,
Officer Maldonado with the Albuquerque Police Department.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Clocked you traveling 48 and a 35.
4 motorcycle cops set up at Ladera and Parkway on Albuquerque's west side.
There's a lot of residential areas around here, so we're getting a lot of speeding, especially after school.
It's more or less the middle of a long stretch of road, but it feeds into a busy intersection at Ladera and Unser, and people fly.
I've written one for 49 and a 35 and one for 50 and a 35 so far.
Ticket after ticket after ticket gets written.
50 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone.
But it's a temporary fix.
Unfortunately, we can't be there all the time. We'll work it, we'll leave, and then it starts up again.
Human nature is hard to stop, whether a red light camera is watching or just a couple guys talking barbecue.
This one lady was trying to cross the street, and it seemed like they just didn't want to slow down for her, you know. And,
right,
and stuff. No, they seen her.
Not if you texting and stuff.
Matt Grubbs.
By the time they realize that they're at a red light or something, it's too late.
KRQE News 13.
We did a piece back in 2009 showing the red light cameras catching almost 100 red light runners a day at some of those intersections. Now, obviously, police can't begin to monitor those intersections like the cameras did. If you head to the KRQE app, we have an interactive feature that lets you break down crashes from year to year at each of the 20 spots where Albuquerque used to have those red light cameras. You can also find live traffic cameras and crash alerts.